Toastmaster Charles Huckabee. Charles is a past president and longtime member. Charles lives right here in Winter Park and has been a financial advisor for the past 32 years. The title of Charles' speech today is, Why Does It Matter? Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Charles Huckabee.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is a good morning. Why does it matter? You ask. Why does what matter? Well, today we're going to talk about the exciting topic of world population. More specifically, individual countries around the world, population growth, peaks and valleys, and where it's going, and what's happening now, because nobody's telling the truth. So who thinks there's a population explosion? The world's got 8 billion people, and we're just going to infinity. Does anybody think that? Well, we're not. The most populous country, China, talks about having 1.4 billion people. They really don't. They've got 1.25 billion people. The next most populous country in the world is India. They've got 1.1 billion. And the rest of the world is way behind that. So Europe has been shrinking for years. Everybody knows what's been going on in Japan. The population is aging. They're not having enough babies. Well, that's true throughout the Western society. So why does this matter, you say? Well, all the central bankers know it's a science. They go down to fractions, what's going on and where and why it matters. It matters a lot for all of us because it affects us and will affect us today, tomorrow, and the hereafter. It's very important because all of the decisions made by that mysterious thing out there that we don't understand and we never see and nobody talks about it, making decisions and pulling levers that affect all of our lives has everything to do with this. So you say, right here in America, is it any mystery that the politicians love to talk about border control? And there's never been border control. We've never had any borders in America. We're a land of immigrants. We love immigrants. Immigrants make our economy go and grow and give us all a better standard of living. That's why there's no borders. So when we build a wall and things like that, it's mainly political. Is it effective? Yes. Is it about quality control of who gets in and only the best get in and that kind of stuff? Well, somewhat. But for the most part, we have no borders. Look at Europe, the EU. The whole thing about the EU is free flow of people and capital. Well, yeah, you've got a problem in Turkey. When something blows up in Syria and Afghanistan, everybody comes to Turkey. Well, the Turks aren't happy about that. Well, the same thing happens in Germany. The Germans aren't happy about that. You know, Russia has been losing population shift for years. Their population has actually shrunk over the last 20 years. This is huge, and it's a problem. There's a lot of side speeches I'd love to get into here today about oil and other things and how they affect us. And it's not just going to the gas pump and paying more per gallon. But here in the US, this relates to all of us, is we're not making enough babies. We're not forming families. We're at 100-year lows as far as family formation and births. Well, this is catastrophic. Well, this is throughout the West. This is a problem in developed Western nations. And you can point to, here's another speech, you can point to many things why this is happening. But the bottom line is, I did my fair share. I've got 3 daughters. And I talk to these girls every day, and they don't listen. So I hope one day I have a grandbaby or two, grandson. But really, in actuality, the problem here, just in our country, even with all the immigration we've got and the flow, is paying for what the baby boomers are now sucking out of the system right now. I'm the median age of a boomer, and I'm 61, and that means half of them are older and half of them are younger. This is like the pig in the python. The pig's halfway through the python. Yeah, I'm only halfway there. That's reassuring. Like Roy said, I don't want to tempt the alternative, but the reason this is an issue, and it's a very important one, is who's going to pay for those benefits? The boomers didn't have enough children. The millennials are doing a decent job. But when you go to countries like China, where you've got 40% of the population that is 60 and above, this is a huge problem. We have the same problem here, but the pig's is quite far through the python. So what does this mean? Well, ultimately, it means a lower GDP growth, means lower economic growth, and a lower standard of living. This is why we have open borders. It's a political hot topic, but it's just the way it is. Washington will never do anything about it. This wall, I'm telling you, every economist and central banker in the world, when that wall went up on the southern border, Trump had to go. That was one of the reasons. And guess what? He's gone. Nobody knows why, but he's gone. So, for here and us domestically, we're used to a standard of living. America's already living well above its means right now. We're borrowing money just to pay the bills. We're floating treasuries every month just to pay the bills. One day this is going to stop. The credit card bill has to be paid. Well, the central bankers, they've got something up their sleeve. This is another speech for another day. But you say, why does it matter? Well, it matters a lot. The world population growth is contracting. The global warming alarmists will tell you we're all going to fry. The next solar rays coming from the sun are going to penetrate everything. We're going to die of UV rays, and we're going to be cooked like eggs on a frying pan tomorrow. The trees are all going to die, and the animals are all going to run in the sea and drown themselves. No, it's not going to happen. But we do need to pay attention to this, and it's time for me to be quiet and sit down. Thank you very much.